Hello students, welcome to TSAT classes. Welcome to the classes on Indian polity and constitution for TSPSC Group 1 mains. I am 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 Friends, as discussed in the previous class, we have just started the chapter 1 of paper 3 in Indian polity topic of TSPSC Group 1 mains. To continue with the chapter 3, let us see some more expected mains questions related to that particular topic. Yes. So this is the chapter we have started in our last class. So this chapter consists of few things, that is your evolution of the constitution, your role of the drafting committee, constitutional philosophy, preamble, salient features and basic structure, as well as the amendments. Friends, in the last class, if you have remembered, we have discussed the few expected important questions related to this topic. Point number 1. 2. What is the model answer and how to write an answer for each type of the topic which we have discussed. Today, I will show you few more mains expected questions related to this particular topic. Let us see the first question. Question number 1. Right. If you look at question number 1, this is actually very expected and important for the exam. This is a concept related question of Indian polity. Look at the question. India is a federation with strong center. India is a federation with strong center. Justify the statement with certain constitutional provisions. See, yesterday or in the last class, I said that we need to underline or round up the keywords of the question, In this particular question, the keywords are federation, strong center and constitutional provisions. You need to justify this statement, that is, what is India, why is Indian federation very strong, having strong center with constitutional provisions. You need to justify the statement. Now let us see how to take up the answer for this particular question. As part of the introduction, friends, as part of the introduction, you need to define what is federation. As part of the introduction to this answer, you need to define the term federation. Now what is federation? Federation is nothing but the division of powers between center and states. In India is a federal country. Of course, India is also a unitary country. India is a mixture of both federation as well as unitary features. India is not an absolute federation. India is not a pure form of federation. It is a diluted form of federation. What is the meaning of federation? Division of powers between center and states. The states in federation are not subordinates to the center. In a federal country, generally there is an independent judiciary. In a federal country, generally there is a supremacy of the constitution. In a federation, generally there is a rigid constitution. In a federal country, there is a dual constitution. There is a dual citizenship which we don't have, but all other features we have in Indian federation. Of course, our Indian federation is not purest because it is having the mixture of both federal and unitary features. Now what is the meaning of unitary? Concentration of the powers is called unitary. Concentration of the powers is called unitary. The states in the unitary system are subordinate to the center. In unitary, we have a single constitution and a single citizenship which we have in the country. In a unitary nation, there is a generally integrated judiciary. Generally, there is an unwritten constitution and there is a supremacy of legislative laws. So that is your unitary. Because in India, there are both federal and unitary features, Indian system is called quasi-federal. Indian system is called quasi-federal, as said by 𝗓𝗍𝗏. 𝗓𝗍𝗏 said that Indian system is a quasi-federal or quasi-federal because it is a mixture of both federal as well as unitary features. But our question is not about what are the features of federation and unitary. Our question is linked to, even though in India there is a federation, center is stronger. What are the reasons which makes center stronger? Even though in India there is a division of powers, center is considered stronger. What are the reasons which makes center stronger? What are the reasons which makes center or union stronger is the points you need to discuss in the subject. In the introduction, you need to define what is federation. In the subject, in the matter, in the body, you need to discuss about what are the reasons which makes the center stronger in the federation. Now let us pen down the reasons which make the center more stronger in the federation along with the constitutional provisions, along with the supporting articles in the constitution. Let us see what are the reasons which makes the union stronger. Reason number 1. In India, residuary powers are with union. That is, according to article 248 of the constitution, residuary powers are given to the parliament. Which makes the center stronger. Reason number 2, right? In India, see, who is the head of the state? The head of the state is governor. But who appoints the governor? The governor of state. The governor of the state is appointed by President of India according to Article 155. According to Article 155 of the Constitution, it is the President of India who appoints the governor, which makes the center stronger. Now, suppose if you wish to amend the Constitution, who can start the process of the amendment of the Constitution? It is the Parliament only. Parliament, the Union. Parliament has the authority to initiate the process of amending the Constitution. According to Article 368, Article 368 talks about the Parliament procedure or power or authority to amend the Constitution of India. Reason number 4, right? Reason number 4. Suppose if you want to create or merge or change the boundaries of the states in India, who has the authority to form the new states in India? Parliament. The Union has the authority to form new states in India. According to Article 3 of the Constitution. According to Article 3 of the Constitution, it is the Parliament which has the authority to form the new states in India, right? Point number 5. Point number 5. Now this is important. Suppose if you want to admit any new state which is not at all part of India. Now who has the authority to admit the new state which is not part of India? Parliament. Parliament has the authority to admit any new state, which is not part of India, according to Article 2 of the Constitution. Article 2 of the Constitution says it is a union which has the authority to admit a new state which is not part of the Indian Union before. Parliament may by law can admit or establish any new state which is not part of the Indian Union before. Point number 6, right? Now, all state legislatures are not bicameral. Right? Only 6 states in India are bicameral. There are only 6 states which are bicameral. You know what? To have the state legislative council, right? Parliament by law can create or abolish a state legislative council. Article 169 of the Constitution talks about this. Parliament may by law can create or abolish any state legislative council as per Article 169. So this makes Parliament more powerful in the federation. This makes the union more powerful in the federation. Point number 7. Now this is important again. Now for example, we have a law made by the Parliament. A law made by Parliament is supreme, then compared to a law made by the state legislature. Suppose a Parliament law is applicable for the entire country, but the state legislature law is not applicable for the entire country. It is applicable for that particular state only. According to which article? Right? According to Article 245 of the Constitution, Parliament law, this talks about territorial jurisdiction, the territorial extent of the law, the territorial jurisdiction of the law, the limits of the law made by the Parliament is more, right? Point number 8, right? If you look at Schedule 7, the Union list has more subjects. The Union list has more subjects compared to the other subjects as per Article 246 of the Constitution. So as per Article 246 of the Constitution, friends, these are the reasons which makes the union more stronger, even though there is a federation in India. Even though there is a division of powers, the union is more stronger because of these reasons. These are the points you need to mention in your 10 marker question within 12 minutes of your time. So if you have the content ready, 12 minutes is not a matter. Without the content, it is very difficult to finish writing an answer within 12 minutes. So I request you to first concentrate on gaining more content, gaining more knowledge, and practice writing the answers. So now this is the question where you need to write the definition of the federation in the introduction. Then you need to write reasons which are mentioned within the Constitution of India, right? Why the union is more stronger in the federation. Then in the conclusion, you need to say that, right? to India follows asymmetric federalism, right, to ensure, to bring the integration for the country, to ensure there is an integrated India, union play a elder brotherly role and ensure that union is supreme, union is more powerful even though we have a federation. So this is the answer you need to focus right for this particular question. Let's go to another question. Okay, the another question, right. There is a difference between American Federation and Indian Federation. Critically analyze the statement. See, the word critically analyze is given. There is a difference between American Federation and Indian Federation. Critically analyze the statement. Now, you have to critically analyze the statement. Now, what is Indian Federation? What is the difference between Indian Federation and American Federation or US Federation? US Federation. Now, what you need to write in the introduction, the same thing. In the introduction, you need to define the term federation. In a general way, you need to define the term federation. What is the meaning of federation? Federation is nothing but the division of powers between center and states is called federation. You need to divide the powers between center and states, and that is called federation. Now, coming to the subject, what you need to write in the subject? You need to start writing the answer for this by quoting Article 1 of the Constitution. What is Article 1 of the Constitution? It says, India, that is Bharat, India, that is Bharat, shall be union of states. India, that is Bharat, shall be union of states. If you look at American Constitution, it is called Federation of States. It is called Federation of States. So, you are supposed to write the answer explaining the difference between what is union of state and what is federation of state. Even though in India we follow the federal features, even though India has federation, India is a federation, the Constitution did not mention the term federation in the entire Constitution. The term federation is nowhere mentioned in the Constitution. Nowhere mentioned in the Constitution. Then why the term federation is not mentioned? Let us critically analyze this statement. Let us critically analyze this statement. In USA, it is called Federation of States. In India, it is called Union of States. You know why? There are two reasons why it is called Union of States in India and Federation of States in USA. What are these two reasons? Reason number one. In India, I am talking about India. This is India, okay? This is India. This is US, okay? India. This is USA. In India, the union create states. In India, the union create states. In federation or in USA, the states created union. See, in US Constitution, according to US Constitution, 50 states came together, 50 states came together and formed the union. All 50 states came together by an agreement. 50 states came together by an agreement. 50 states came together by an agreement to form union. But in India, states did not form the union. In fact, according to Article 2 and 3, the union has the authority to create the states. Like it has created the state of Telangana on June 2nd, 2014. This is the first reason why in India federation word is not used. Second one, in India, the states cannot come out of the union. In India, the states cannot come out of the union. It is very difficult for the states to come out of the union. The states cannot go out of the country. States in India cannot go out of the country. But look at the USA. Because it is formed by an agreement, because there is an agreement, states can come out of the union. For example, out of 50 states, imagine Texas. Texas says, I don't want to be with the USA. I will come out of the agreement. I will come out of the agreement and I will form the new country. But in India, it is not the same case. In India, states cannot come out of the union. No state has the authority to come out of the country. So the reason only constitutional makers did not use the word federation of states. Hats off to them, thankful to them. So the reason the word federation is not used, because it can be misunderstood in the future. Because there are many states in India which want to have a separate country. If we write federation of states, it is like we giving chance for them to go out of the country. It is not that easy. So this is a difference between union of states and federation of the states. So this is the subject you need to write. Now what you will write in the conclusion? The conclusion is, right, so the reason the constitutional makers ensured to bring the integration among all the states, the word federation was not used within the constitution. See, now you have knowledge over this particular question. So in 12 minutes, it is very easy for you to pen down 150 to 180 words. Gain more content, gain more knowledge. That ensures that you score more in the exam. Now let us go to the next question. Discuss, see the word discuss, the evolution of the basic structure doctrine. Discuss the evolution of the basic structure doctrine, see, with the help of judicial judgments. Discuss the evolution of the basic structure doctrine with the help of the judicial documents. Now, introduction. Now, what you need to write in introduction? Basic structure doctrine is propounded by the Supreme Court in Kesavananda Bharati case, which contains the provisions like the basic elements or the basic features within the constitution. Those elements which are part of the basic structure doctrine are immune to judicial review. They do not come under judicial review. They cannot be challenged in the judiciary. Now let me repeat this in a different way. Basic structure doctrine is propounded by Supreme Court in 𝗓𝗏𝗃𝗃 case, in 𝗓𝗏𝗃𝗃 case of 1973, where this basic structure doctrine contains the basic features of constitution, basic features of the constitution, where they are or they cannot be, where they cannot be amended, where they cannot be amended by the legislature. Legislature do not have the authority to amend the basic features of the constitution which are part of the basic structure doctrine. Now, how this basic structure doctrine evolved? How this basic structure doctrine evolved? See, basic structure doctrine evolved by certain judicial judgments. The first judicial judgment we need to focus is 𝗓𝗪𝗓 case of 1951. In 𝗓𝗪𝗓 case, Supreme Court said legislature has the complete authority to amend any part of the constitution including fundamental rights. That amendment can be made by constitutional law only, Constitutional Amendment Act only, Constitutional Amendment Act only. I am repeating this. In 𝗓𝗪𝗓 case, Supreme Court said Parliament has the complete authority to amend the entire constitution, but by using Constitutional Amendment Act only, mentioned in Article 368 of the Constitution. Next, in 𝗧𝗏𝗃𝗃 case, in 𝗧𝗏𝗃𝗃 case, Supreme Court said Parliament has the authority to amend the entire constitution both by an ordinary law or by Constitutional Amendment Act. In these both cases, legislature is given more priority. Constitutional amendment by the legislature was made very easy. First, 𝗓𝗪𝗓 case said constitution can be amended only by Constitutional Amendment Act. But in 𝗧𝗏𝗃𝗃 case, Supreme Court said it can be done by ordinary law or Constitutional Amendment Act. There is no problem. In the next case called 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 case, 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 case of 1967, Supreme Court said Parliament can amend the entire constitution except fundamental rights. Parliament cannot amend the fundamental rights. Parliament do not have the authority to amend the fundamental rights, because Article 368 only talks about the procedure, not authority to the Parliament. In 𝗓𝗪𝗓 case, Supreme Court said Parliament can amend the fundamental rights and the entire constitution, but following the Constitutional Amendment Act only. In 𝗧𝗏𝗃𝗃 case, Supreme Court said Parliament can amend the entire constitution including fundamental rights, but by an ordinary law or Constitutional Amendment Act, anything is fine. But in 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 case, Parliament can amend the entire constitution but except fundamental rights. It cannot amend the fundamental rights. No way it can amend the fundamental rights, because fundamental rights are basic rights of the human being. Fundamental rights are the basic rights of the people. So you cannot amend the fundamental rights. Other things, if you want, you can amend. This was again challenged in 𝗓𝗏𝗃𝗃 case. In 𝗓𝗏𝗃𝗃 case, Supreme Court said, point number 1, Parliament has the authority to amend any part in the constitution, any part in the constitution including fundamental rights, but parliament cannot amend, the basic features of the constitution, except the basic features of the constitution. Parliament can amend any part of the constitution. This basic features of the constitution combinedly are called doctrine of basic structure. So anything within the doctrine of basic structure cannot be amended by the parliament. So this is the evolution of the basic structure doctrine. Keshavananda Bharati Supreme Court did not define what is basic structure. As we see more number of cases, Supreme Court has added many elements of the constitution within the basic structure doctrine. Few examples like independent judiciary, judicial review, secularism, democracy, Article 14, Article 21, all these are Article 32, all these are part of basic structure doctrine. So this is your chapter 1 of paper 3 of Indian polity. In the next class, I will discuss chapter 2 of paper 3 of Indian polity. Till then, happy learning. Jai Hind.